Hey, I have a frying pan in my hand, and I'm actually going to destroy this by rolling it up. I'm actually in a couple of the Guinness Book of World Records for this. But I realize that sometimes we can feel destroyed, maybe physically, emotionally, the way we think. And I know that we go through some tough times. I will never forget, I don't usually share this part of my life story, but I was 12 years old and I was going to a new school, super excited. My mom dropped me off and I was just really nervous because I had gone through a lot in my life with not being able to speak, not invited to birthday parties, always eating lunch by myself. So I get dropped off at school that day. I get out of the car, I grab my backpack and my mom grabs my hand. She goes, Jonathan, she goes, sweetie, this is a new school. They're gonna be nice to you. She starts to cry and she goes, I promise. Now, all morning, I didn't talk to anyone. I was so afraid they were gonna hear the way I mumble. So I go out to lunch that day, I sit down, I'm all by myself, and all of a sudden, this older girl, she's 14 years old, she stands up, and she yells out in front of the whole school. She goes, hey, what are you doing? We don't want you to eat lunch with us. And then she used a word I'm not gonna repeat. She goes, go sit by yourself. But she said it so loud that everyone at lunch here, they just started crying, they started laughing. They're laughing at me. So I didn't cry, didn't show any kind of emotion at all. I picked up my lunch, kind of like I was used to it. I walk through the crowd that's laughing at me. I go out and I sit underneath the tree. And I'll never forget, I'm sitting at the tree. I feel alone, I feel abandoned, rejected. I go, I can't take it anymore. And I decided at the end of school that day, I was gonna give up on the gift of life. I powered through the rest of the day. My mom picked me up and she was so excited. She goes, Jonathan, how was school? Who'd you eat lunch with? How was it? It's a new school. I'm so excited for you. How was it? And I just said, it was okay. And so she asked me more questions. I just kept on saying, it was okay. So she drove me home and the car fell silent. And to fill the silence of the car, she turned on the radio. We get up to our house, I jump out, and I go to the front door and I look back and she gets to the stop sign. She's about to turn left and she looks at me one last time with a big smile on her face and she smiles. And I look back at her, I smile and I realize that's the last time I'm gonna see my mom. I walked in the house, made my food, and I watched my favorite TV show at the time was Leave It to Beaver. It was a rerun. I put my plate down on the couch, I walked into my parents' bedroom, and I took out a weapon. I sat by the bed, got down on my knees, and I held this weapon in my hand. And as I'm about to give up on the gift of life, it was like clarity happened. The fog lifted and I saw my future. I even pictured my mom walking into the room and seeing me in the state I was gonna be in. And I realized I wasn't just getting rid of my pain, I was taking the pain and everything I was feeling and I was passing it on to somebody else. And then I realized the decision I'm making that moment right there, it's a permanent decision to problems that are temporary. Hey, can I encourage you today, wherever you're at, where you're going through, don't ever give up. See, I wish I would have reached out to my mom that day as she drove me back to the house because she could have helped me. If you're going through a tough time today, if you're going through a dark place right now, don't give up. Listen, we'd rather have a broken you than not you at all. You are so valuable and special. Reach out to somebody. I'm gonna roll up this frying pan, but I want you to know you are amazing.